everyone, and welcome back to the welcoming first episode after a break of Adventures Anonymous with Okami. I am Doomy. I play Scratch in this one, and just a couple things before we get started. If you missed our game night last night, it was a lot of fun. Hope to see more people join in. We tried to keep it family friendly for the beginning, and of course, after that, it degenerated into everything that you all would imagine it would be. so we have a Facebook now. Check us out on Facebook, Duo Gaming. We don't have a lot of content over there yet, but as we get some more followers over there, we're gonna try and maybe put some unique things over there. Just kind of covering all the bases right now. So make sure you check us out there. Make sure you check us out here on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, and check out our public Discord for all of our stuff. And with those announcements set and ready, I will toss it over to Okami.
All right. Yes, welcome back, everyone. So glad to have pretty much everybody back today. It is very exciting to be back in the chair. And right before we get into our adventure, I feel like we should give a little bit of a recap for what happened, what our players subjected themselves to, and what all went on. So before we'd gone on break, our players had escaped from Tithea, meeting up with Rylan along the way, learned many wonderful things about their companions, and made their way down below the world surface, down deep underground, basically through the back door of this kingdom into Zypher's domain. They had found themselves in a long, flourishing kingdom populated by what appear to be normal, average, everyday Underdark citizens, with a few minor cosmetic issues, we'll call it, who all spoke an archaic form of Undercommon. Our players made their way into Zypher's castle, meeting the man, the myth, the legend himself, and finding him less than the terrifying figure that they expected. More tired cat dad. And accepting Zypher's hospitality and accepting his offers of his library, they explored their domain around them, learned more about the world, and have discovered the ruins of the old castle. Our players set out to investigate the mines, finding more of the elemental crystals they had discovered previously, fighting some invasive mushrooms, and making tentative friends with a very large tree, and casual acquaintances with some very large spiders. We find our players now across the bridge into the old ruins of the old castle, having climbed across, in various ways, a large, seemingly bottomless pit. Our players now find themselves at what appears to be the old ruined front doors to the castle, a magic sigil before them, glowing faintly. Two statues above them directly across from the door with a handful of various magical chunks illuminating in the room. Now, players, what are you going to do?
You scroll down.
Scroll down, scroll down.
Molly, can you shift and hold click on where we are?
Ah, yes. Players are all the way down. You're going to go all the way down towards the bottom.
If you just hold shift and click, you'll just shift all of our cameras there. There you go.
There it goes. It didn't take the first time for some reason. So, players, you now find yourselves in a small entryway for what used to be the front doors of this castle. And what do you plan to do?
Can somebody check for magic trap? I'm not trying to blow up.
I can search. Ooh. You want me to roll anything to search for ye old traps?
Ye old traps? Go ahead and give me a ye old investigation.
It'd be great if someone gave them ye old advantage with a ye old help action.
We're gonna get ye old advantage with the ye old help action as well.
I guess, yeah. I'll do my best to kind of tiptoe around and help.
Very good. So, as the two of you go through, we'll say enter the area, you find no traps. You find the remnants of what appears to have been a decayed, broken tripwire that's since rusted and broken, but you find no other traps, no other relics of traps.
Seems like magical traps were only part of the worry. They got practical ones too.
Let's see, do I have Arcana? I'm gonna go check out the sigil, the glowing sigil.
Okie dokie.
So yeah.
And yes, you would all be able to see a faint purplish glow coming from the middle of the room. So this sigil thing is not, it's like, oh no, it's hidden. No. It's pretty easy to spot.
I'd
All
like
right.
keep a few steps behind him with Salt following me.
All right. So Yude and Scratch, as you come in, you don't detect any magical traps. There is, if you both want to give me an Arcana check.
Sure thing.
I would like to join on this bit.
All right. Jazzy,
Go
what are
ahead.
you doing here?
Yeah, that was not as jazzy. There we go. Now that's better.
Arcana, not my
somewhere-
best.
Somewhere, a Heron is very concerned about why they're trying to detect magic.
She hates magic. That's why.
That's why she's concerned. Yes, so the three of you enter this area, and it is alight with magic. The sigil in the center here, Scratch, you can tell, appears to be some kind of locking or unlocking mechanism.
Well, I don't want
You
to
don't-
touch it, but it's some kind of lock. I mean, we could try to like dispel it or trigger it, but
Or we just get the person who owns the lock to unlock it for us.
just kind of stare at Tams or at Rain for a minute.
I said. I mean, it is a good idea. Mini Cypher, come forth.
Oh no, not
And-
this again.
With a dramatic poof, Mini Zypher appears above Rain's head and kind of looks down at her, realizes she's not the one that summoned him, and floats over to Masaru and is now hovering above your, floats over to Yude and is now hovering over your head, Yude.
Oh, he likes
Lachlan
me.
flinches back and slowly shuffles away from Mini Zypher.
Why does he like me?
You summoned him.
Oh yeah.
Why does he like me so much? You're the one that you dangled the bell. Oh yeah.
Mini Zypher, what information do you have on the sigils?
So Mini Zypher's eyes glow purple and he floats over to the sigil, looks at it for a moment, and comes back, and in a very different voice. Well, it's actually quite simple. The sigil here is a lock to which you need to open the door. You have to put the right combination of the magical stones that were originally set in the 4 braziers in the 4 corners of the room into the center of the sigil. Once you do that, the door unlocks. It's quite simple, really.
Why can't he talk like that all the time?
I look at the braziers.
You only see one that is still intact. The other 3 in the 3 corners of the room have been filled with crumbled rocks. There's still purple glow coming through them, but there's only one brazier still left standing.
Can we try to get rid of the rubble and stuff and see if we can kind of get it back to some kind of use?
Absolutely.
Something tells me that mending is not going to do much.
It would take a really long time.
Oh my god, we'd be here forever, but good thinking.
We do have the tools for repair, but not the time.
Gonna go over to one of the corners and that's broken and start like cleaning it up.
Okay.
As Augie passes me, I'm going to say, Pan, grant your wisdom, and tap Augie on the shoulder.
Okay, very good. So for this one, Augie, go ahead and give me a strength roll and an intelligence roll.
Just checks.
Yes, just regular checks.
Oh, sorry. Excuse that. Why did it go back to Jazzy?
I don't have very high intelligence.
I don't think you have your character selected.
No, I do.
Would you like that guidance on the intelligence?
Oh, that's what you were casting. Yeah, let me roll a d4.
Hey, it can help.
It's a 3.
So that's an 8 total.
An 8's better than a 5.
That's true.
So the strength is pretty easy. You're able to clear away most of the rocks. You find several purple glowing crystals, and they appear to be different shades of purple. You find a metal brazier, and you're pretty easily able to pick it back up, clean it up a little bit. It's a little dented, a little dinged, but it still seems serviceable. And you're not really sure what to do with the crystals, but Mini Zypher did mention something about putting the right combination into the sigil, but that's really about all you have. There's slightly different colors.
Yeah. I'm gonna lay them out on the floor next to the brazier, and then I'm gonna go to the next one so I can see like what the status of that is. You know, like if it has the same colors, if it's different colors.
Okay.
They all look.
The sigil in the center, do I see if it has a variance in shade over its thing?
Lachlan, give me an Arcana check. Augie, give me another Strength roll, and go ahead and add a +2 since you were able to successfully do the other one, and add +2 to your Strength for this roll. Okay, so that's a 14. Yeah, this one's a little more of a struggle just because there's more rubble, more rock, but you're pretty easily able to get everything shifted. Lachlan, the magic here is really... It's nothing you've ever seen before, so you would have no way to tell. There's different colors in the magic, but that's not uncommon to see. You have no idea if this is different or weird for this magic. And Augie, you find 4 more crystals.
Match the other 4?
They do. And there are 4 different shades of purple. But you notice they're the same four shades, but they're different shapes. The previous ones were more of a regular rectangular shape. These ones are more triangular.
Okay,
And you
I'm
find
noting that.
Yeah, and you
In this
find the other
warehouse.
brazier. This one is destroyed. You find the pieces of it, but there's no putting it back together without mending or taking dedicated time to repair it.
Okay. I'm gonna sift through for the crystals.
Okay. Are you specifically focusing on the crystals for this next one?
Yes.
Give me investigation.
Oh. Oh.
Perhaps a second set of eyes will help.
Struggling digging through all this stuff.
Yurei, go ahead and give me an investigation as well.
As they're doing that, I want to keep an eye on the sigil on the floor, just for any changes.
Okay. You notice as the crystals have been kind of unearthed, the crystals themselves seem to glow a little more. So where this brazier has been glowing decently brightly, it's not illuminating the room, but it's a very pronounced glow. As the crystals have been unearthed, they match that glow. The sigil itself hasn't changed. And yes, Yurei and Augie, you are Augie, the chunks around this one were much larger chunks, so they were harder to move around. But as you're able to move some of the bigger pieces, Yurei was able to swing in and grab the crystals. These ones are pentagonal.
Each group of crystals is same color but different sizes. What about the crystals in the intact brazier?
Lachlan, you investigated the intact brazier, right?
No, but I'm happy to.
Okay. I know you'd looked at it. I couldn't remember if you'd investigated it or not, but...
I will have a look at it.
Yeah.
And I will investigate it. I'm not having a good day, y'all.
You're struggling a little bit, aren't you?
And
Do you require assistance, Doctor?
Lachlan just kind of sniffs and goes, I'm just feeling a little under the weather. I think the dust has gotten to me. I don't know. The brazier is here, but I can't see into it.
You just, for some reason, it's somehow too tall for you to look into, but despite the fact that it only sits about hip height.
Maybe you haven't been taking enough of your medicine.
Oh yeah. I reach into a pouch and go, this is either meth or antihistamines.
That was sarcasm.
Either way.
I love that it's one or the other.
Lachlan seems a little brighter.
Have you thought about getting better eyes?
I don't want augments, thanks. But can you see in here?
Hellstrom will look.
Hellstrom, you're very confused why Lachlan couldn't see that it's a brazier with a bunch of round crystals sitting in it. They seem, each one seems perfectly spherical and exactly the same size, but there are 4 different shades of purple in the brazier.
Scratch. You're the one looking at the circle. Are there sockets around it?
Let me find out. Let me look here. Up. Is there sockets?
There are in fact sockets, but
Yeah.
none of them match the shapes of the crystals that you've seen.
It doesn't look like they fit in the holes though. Not these ones.
well, what do the sockets look like?
Well, they look like
Each of the sockets is perfectly square, and none of the crystals you've seen are square.
If you put together two triangles, is it a diamond or a square? What kind of triangle are they?
They are
What is a
equilateral
diamond?
triangles. They would put together to form a diamond shape.
What is a diamond if not a sideways square?
Yeah, it's a square with flair, I would say.
It's a square that's trying too hard.
Square on his tiptoes.
I take a quick measurement using prestidigitation to make a small measuring tape, and then I measure one of the spheres, go over to the square socket. Is it approximately the same size?
No, the sphere, you measure it. It's about the size of a golf ball, and the socket itself is much smaller.
Yeah, I really expected more from you, Mr. Lachlan, than trying to put the circle in the square hole.
I was measuring. You didn't say how big it was. I saw the spheres first and the sockets second. Ugh, I think that was math. Oh boy.
Okay,
We have a
let's
story
go.
about Astartes.
And you all wonder why I don't want to take the medicine he offers.
No, none of us wonder that.
I just got to like you a little bit more.
Let us recount the shapes we have found.
A rectangle. If I look at the rectangle in any way, is it a square?
No,
Not even standing up?
no,
So it's rectangular on all sides.
yes,
Okay,
like a brick, if you will.
question.
Yes.
Are the grooves or divots or whatever they're looking at, the sockets, the same size as the gems? Or should we try to fit multiple gems inside one socket?
No, the sockets are much smaller than the gems. So the sphere ones are about the size of a golf ball. The sockets themselves are only about the size of like a wedding ring. They're much smaller.
Can I look at the brazier itself to see if it has any like supports that have a square peg?
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me an investigation.
I have a +5. Let's do this. Yeah!
Yay, you
The
did it.
vet's helping.
It's the only one you're going to get the whole game. You find supports. They're not square, and they don't look like they'd be the right size. The braziers just look like they're pretty standard construction, just welded metal, welded bolted metal with some fancy curly Q bullshit.
If you light the brazier, can it like transform the crystal? Augie is not an intelligent character, guys. I'm sorry.
Obviously, perfect, and we love them as they are.
Can I just take a moment to like eliminate the obvious solution for a second?
Go for it.
I send Salt over to like try to open the door.
The door is locked.
Have Salt
And
knock on the
Hey.
door.
You hear a knocking sound, and everybody roll perception.
I like perception. Oh wait, this character doesn't like perception.
You all hear the skittering of claws behind the door.
Well, I don't know about the rest of you, but
look excited.
I'm not as in a hurry to open the door now.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
So
Yeah.
But Lockham says,
fit into the square holes even when conjoined.
"New friends."
seems to have squatters.
Do we just need to put it on top of the holes? Like, he didn't say that we need to fit it into the holes. We just need to put the correct combination in the correct order.
I was going to ask how many different shapes are there? Or is it only
There's 4
diamond
different
shapes?
shapes and 4 shades of each shape.
Square in the sigil.
Okay, but we've only been talking about the diamond or square shaped one. What other shapes are there?
Rectangle and a sphere. A triangle.
Is there a brazier we're missing?
Nope, you guys have investigated all 4.
Alright, so what do we know so far? Let's have a little
These
campfire
are
here.
square.
We got square holes in the floor around the sigil. We got different shapes of crystals near the braziers. We got 3 that are like kind of messed up, like there was a cave in, and 1 that's good, right?
Hmm?
So
One's
now,
good,
before we start randomly placing gems in sockets, we should call up Cypher again and ask if there's any adverse effects to putting them in the wrong order.
I do not think he has vanished. You can just ask him yourself.
Oh yeah, Mini Zypher's still just vibing.
Hey,
He's been
little
watching
guy,
you guys.
you already heard the question. Give us the answer.
Please.
I'll shoot a quick look in Mini Cypher's direction.
You see him, he's sitting he's perched on the top of the door, and his feet are just dangling as he watches. And he just looks over. I mean, there's no direct adverse reaction if you put the wrong ones in the wrong order. You're just not going to be able to open the door.
Are you
I
saying
will say though, those statues look mighty lonely.
I look at the statues.
Salt gives one of them a hug.
I'll investigate one of the statues?
As Salt gives one of the statues a hug, it kind of shakes itself a little bit and kind of, whoa, oh, there's people, oh, hi people. He kind of reaches over past Scratch and slaps the other one awake. That is right in front of you, Yurei. And Augie, you're still next to the statue here, and it is now awake. Oh, sorry. Hello. Welcome, fair travelers, to the Imperial Castle of His Majesty, Lord Zypher. We stand before you as your first trial to enter the domain. Should you choose to accept this trial, be aware, many more challenges await you ahead. You can still take the option to choose to turn back now.
You know, I'm
Thank
starting
you.
to think Lord Zypher was less of dark wizard lord person and more of crazy.
I believe they call that eccentric. Like you.
You know, when I figure out what that word means, we're gonna have a talk.
Eccentric, it means slightly odd, but mostly pretty okay.
We don't have time for the talk right now. Turns back to the gargoyles, or whatever they are.
They're kind of gargoyle-ish, but they're kind of they're almost cliche gargoyles.
What's the trial?
And the second one that's just now being woken up yawns. Oh, you gotta match the shapes and the colors. You were taught your colors as a kid, right?
What is happening?
And the first one reaches over and smacks his companion. Be nice. It's like, yes, fair traveler. You must put one of each gem in the correct color and order into the sigil. And if you don't, the door behind us will remain locked. However, should you successfully complete this task, the door behind us will open and you will be granted access into our master's domain.
Do we?
So you are saying match the shape with the color.
What's the catch? How many tries do we get?
It looks over at you. You will receive 1 chance per party member.
Oh no.
Let's gather all of the let's gather all of the gems around the circle, and then maybe we can have a better idea of which ones will go where, rather than being in the disparate corners of the room.
I pick up the crystals near me and I bring them over.
Hallstrom grabs
I'm
them.
gonna do the same and put them in this tile here, not on the
Everybody-
sigil, but next to it.
Everybody who touched a crystal, make a wisdom check. Not a save, a check.
You know, having been in a few dungeons by this point, I kind of start to wonder just how much free time these people have to go through all this rigmarole just to unlock their front doors.
Alright.
I heard of this one. It involved putting a family crest in the correct place, and I really have to wonder, like, did they just have a key that allowed them to do it immediately, or did they have to do that every time they wanted to go in?
That's what I'm saying.
The 3 of you, as you pick up the crystals, you can all feel a texture on the crystals. 4 points, equally spaced apart, in approximately the size of a wedding ring.
The thing you need is inside the crystal.
Should
Just
we
gonna look at
smash
the
the
point.
crystal?
Maybe I just had an aneurysm, but 4 points in the shape of a wedding ring?
That makes no sense.
Yeah, that could be like a square. That could be. I guess
The
it's magical.
size
So
of a
it's
wedding ring.
communicating.
Oh, okay.
Why-
You said
Why
shape.
specifically a wedding ring?
Because I have
Yeah,
an engagement
is this-
ring on my finger, and it's the closest thing I can reference.
Okay, I got you.
Is this a wedding ring for a human or a Goliath?
Do you want to solve the puzzle or not?
I do.
Well, this is important to solving the puzzle.
Do you want to solve the puzzle or not?
Rock staff, fall, everyone dies.
I'm going to investigate the square.
Okay.
I would like to
No, I'm not.
push on the point on the stone.
Okay.
I do not feel
Uh,
anything, for my hands are made of metal.
Yeah, Halstrom, you don't feel anything. Lachlan, it kind of hurts when you push your thumb into a point jutting out of a stone.
Oh, it's a point coming out of the stone.
Yeah, the points are sticking out of the stone.
Okay.
It is a socket. Or I guess
Yes,
in this
I
case, a
understand
peg.
that now. I would like to walk over to here and see the color. Does the shade look like it matches?
Where did you go?
Doop.
Okay. Yes, so as you sift through, you find one of your gems has the 4 points, and go ahead and give me an investigation to see if they match up.
I'm going to cast guidance on myself. Which global skill modifier 1d4. No, I'll do that later. I don't have a keyboard. Investigation. I hate using this computer. There we go. Yeah, I'm adding a 1d4 to that.
Okay.
Why did it roll a d20? Yeah, it's fine. It's an 8.
Okay. So as you investigate, you notice that it matches two of the colors pretty close.
Would you like a second opinion?
I think it's between these two, but let's get them all collected around the circle first. There's points on the bottom, and they look like they're about the right size for the sockets.
Yurai's just gonna go grab one of each. Doot-doot. Doot-doot. Doot-doot.
Are you grabbing a specific shade of purple, or are you just grabbing a random one?
I'm gonna grab a random one
Okay.
for the time being.
Okay.
I thought we brought them all over here.
I'd brought all of mine over. Augie had brought all of theirs over, so it's just these two on the right-hand side of the room that hadn't been brought over.
In that case, Yurai is just gonna grab all of those then to bring over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go.
Scratch, do you want to use your guess first, and then we'll go in order of rank down the chain?
I'll be honest, I'm not exactly sure.
Now we just have to match the color, right? Like we know that there's the points in there. Now we have to match the color pattern.
So DM, correct me if I'm wrong. We have to match, not only match the color, but have the right order for the shape.
Correct.
Is there any clues to the order of the shapes?
You could ask the second gargoyle.
Let's see.
Is there anything like a border around the wall or around the sigil?
Gargoyles, you mentioned shapes. Is there any I don't know, hint or just what's the order of the shapes?
Scratch, go ahead and give me an investigation to investigate the border of the sigil. And the other gargoyle, the one that has been actively talking to you, goes, reaches over and smacks his companion. Just, come on, tell him the thing, tell him the thing. And the sleepy gargoyle, you know, it's kind of weird that all those crystals have like real specific shapes with numbers and sides and stuff. That's probably a good thing.
So is it a triangular pyramid or a triangular prism?
It's more of a triangular prism. All of these, except for the spheres, are prisms. Scratch, as you're investigating around, you are the closest to the ground, and so you are able to see what look like just the last few remnants of flecks of these crystals with the 4 colors. So you can see, Scratch, the one that you're standing in front of is the lightest, and then the second lightest, and then the kind of a medium dark, and then the darkest purple around the 4 points.
Okay, so circle has circle's hard. Circle has no side or unlimited sides. No, a circle has no angles.
The spheres aren't faceted at all.
The only thing that the spheres have are the 4 points that would line up with the sockets. They're not
One,
they're
right?
they're not faceted, they're not cut, nothing.
It's one continuous side, if you will.
Yeah.
But they're different shades of the same color or something.
Yes, so there are 4 crystals. The four and each crystal shape. So the triangular ones. There are 4 triangular ones, each in a different shade of purple.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with the circle having no sides, which is 0. So lightest color circle first. Second shade of color as we're moving towards darker is going to then be the triangle one. And then we have the almost darkest rectangle. And then the darkest pentagon.
I'll present with the lightest sphere.
Yeah, I gather the other ones closest to me and hand them to Mr. Scratch.
And I'll just, as I take them and thank them, I will slowly make my way around the sigil, placing each one in the positions that I just said.
Okay. So as you place the 4 in, there's a bright flash and a loud stone-like groan as the door that Salt is standing next to slides open.
First try, very nice.
I'm blind.
It is.
And in the sigil, in the center, there is now a small green crystal.
What if this is like a key card to other doors?
This is like that orb back we saw where all the plants were.
You guys have
Am I
told
going
me
up?
not to be reckless and pick stuff up, so someone else gets this honor.
But yeah, Rain
That
and I
would be
know
my
that.
job. If this is like the other orb thing, then I will grab it.
Okay.
Salt will just kind of back up and step out of the way.
All right. Rain, as you pick up the orb, you're filled with a rush of wind, and then it dies down.
I had a feeling.
Filled with determination.
What was the feeling?
I'm
Rain?
gonna pop it in my bag with the other one.
Rain, what
Wait,
was the
huh?
feeling you had?
Remind me what the orbs. The orb. What? The orb.
While exploring a previous cave in the same dungeon, I happened upon a yellow-orange orb with some other people, and snagged it. And I don't seem to recall mentioning feeling any kind of particular feeling.
You said you had a feeling out of character, and
Oh.
Doomy responded in character.
Yeah, I thought it was a...
No, DM said I felt the thing.
Yes.
Gotcha. But did you disclose to us that it felt like wind at all, or was that just you kept to yourself?
Yeah, I just kept it to myself.
Okay.
I didn't tell you about the first one either. I
Okay.
figure I'll bring up the information when it becomes important, and for now I'll just gather them.
Okay, sounds good. Well, it didn't kill her. That's always
Was
a
that
plus.
in question?
I mean,
Yeah.
dark
I'm very glad that you're not
underground,
dead.
dark underground place with locked doors and special keys and yeah, always in question.
This feels more like a training ground than a castle.
Oh, I do miss training. I really need to get back to my gym.
What of the skittering that we heard from behind the door before?
It's gone.
Lovely.
I don't like that.
Yep.
So, go out into what appears to be a hallway.
Appears to be an empty hallway.
Yurei will join you.
Salt can't see in the dark. He just glows, that's all.
He comes for the muscle.
Can't even see Yurei's little character icon.
It's 'cause
Over
he's
here?
over here now.
Yeah, no, I can't see it.
By the way, if you have multiple tokens you're controlling, you can hit Control L on any of the tokens to just see through their eyes.
Good thing to do for that.
Well, we got a hallway that goes that way, and a hallway that goes that way, and
Do we
then
It
hear
looks like there are some
anything?
doors.
oh yeah, there's doors.
Do we hear anything coming from anywhere?
Go ahead and roll me perception.
Want all of us to?
I mean, did
Brutus
anybody?
is gonna have his.
I'm always suspicious.
Yurei, what's your passive?
26.
26. Okay.
19.
Yeah. What's everybody's passives?
16.
15 and
Okay.
15.
Okay. So as you guys enter this room, Rain, you're the only one who doesn't hear more of the skittering, the claw-like skittering.
Any particular direction?
It sounds like it's coming out through this way, but it's kind of echoing around you, as if it could be from over here, or it could be from over here.
Oops. I forgot to grab my token.
There's
Thing.
it sounds like there's multiple sources of this skittering. Scratch, do me a favor.
Hmm.
Roll me history.
Okay.
Lachlan's going to tap on
Skitter, skitter, skitter.
salt and cast light.
Okay. Scratch, this skittering sound is familiar to you. If you didn't know better, you would swear this is the sound of kobold claws on a stone floor.
No. There wouldn't be any kobolds down here. Guys, I think I hear... I mean, they don't sound like family, but possibly some kobolds down here. But I did find an open door.
Do you want to try the open door first?
Oh no, it looks like something broke it down.
I will investigate for you.
Good plan, thank you. I appreciate it.
There was a lever.
Was it the wrong level?
I most certainly hope it is not.
Go ahead, pull the lever.
Let us investigate the other rooms first.
Go down to
we
the
gotta
one.
do something, so let's keep it moving.
Go down to the one at the end of the hall.
Yurei's going over here to open this door.
Okay.
Is it locked? It is not locked.
Shouldn't be locked.
Yeah, I'm gonna slowly open this door over here and
And this
And you both open into empty rooms with levers at the far side.
Maybe we have to pull the levers at the same time.
What if
we
they
even time that?
close all of the? What if they close all of the doors and trap us in with a deadly monster in each one?
then we kill them.
You may not have a problem with that, but I'm not sure that I would fare quite as well.
I'm just trying to be, y'all make such fine deductions all the time, and I'm not as smart as my companions. So I was just trying to come up with a solution. I'm sorry that it was probably dumb.
No, okay.
No, it's not a
not
dumb
dumb.
solution.
Maybe for anyone who isn't as confident in their combat skills, we double up.
Yeah.
I
Go
think we
run, you can just get a partner.
I think we should try and pull one first.
Is there anything around the lever in your house, Drum?
Busted down door. Roll me investigation.
Sure thing. Let me get him picked.
You don't see anything outside of some scratches on the wall, what looks like what used to be a candle holder or a torch sconce. But there doesn't appear any kind of other indicators for what would be happening.
The scratches on the wall do not fill me with confidence.
I mean, they probably just from kobolds working.
By scratching the wall.
We dig all the time. Does it look like kobold-sized hands, or am I just bluffing?
I mean, it looks like kobold-sized hands, but there's also many different size scratches on the walls.
My statement remains. Is there a
Yuna's gonna
torch?
look around.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I say Yuna's gonna look around to see if there's possibly any like a plaque or anything or indicator about these levers. It's gonna look
Okay.
around.
Okay.
Would that be a perception or investigation?
That would be investigation. What area are you investigating?
He's just kind of like he was gonna go like search around the doors, just doing like an kind of like going around everywhere between the room he was at and the hallway.
Okay. Yeah, so if you go, you make a lap up and down the hallway, you
Mhm.
notice pretty prominently displayed are 4 plaques labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. But there's nothing else indicating anything else about the levers.
The rooms appear to be numbered in order of 1 to 4. Whether that's given.
I will specify real quick 1 to 4, left to right.
So room 1 is the room all the way to the left is number 1. If I had to guess, I don't think we're supposed to pull them in order. That would be too simple for even the Dark Lord.
Is there a torch in this sconce in this room?
There is the rotted remains of a torch.
If I smell it, does it smell like fuel?
Go ahead, give me a perception sniff. It smells like wood rot, char, and something else.
Okay, never mind. Wait. No, of course I don't carry torches. Wait, do I carry torches? Scratch starts rummaging through his bag.
Very good.
I
Would
do.
you like me to cast the light spell?
No. No. Here.
Pull out one of my torches, and I kind of like use the torch to like knock the remains of the other one out of the sconce.
Okay. It crumbles pretty easily.
And then with a bit of flint and tinder, I'll light the torch.
Okay. So as you illuminate this room, you see that there are also dark splotches of blood on the floors and walls.
Lovely.
Wow.
Ooh, torch gun. That is morbid.
Yeah, that's not what I expected.
I'll just set the torch in the sconce.
Very good.
It's obvious we're gonna have to pull the levers. We just have to figure out how to do that properly.
Augie, does the middle door have any like numbers on it? Is it like a 4-digit code?
Investigate
Go for it.
with my 0 modifier.
14's not so bad.
You investigate the door, and it does not have any numbers or code or anything. It appears to be a good, sturdy wooden door with a metal handle.
Yo, Zypher, what's the code?
Hang on. What was that, Augie?
I was just saying, that I don't see anything outright.
Damn, that'd be too easy.
All right, Rain, you ask Mini Zypher for the code.
Yep.
Okay. He floats over. Oh, I'll happily tell you the code. And as he says that, he passes through the door, the middle door.
Bastard.
Let's see. Yuri's gonna look into this room, see if there's any scratches that might be a code.
Okay.
Da-da.
Investigate.
That's not a very good roll.
You see more scratches, but nothing that seems like any kind of code or number or anything like that.
We can always do
Slowly.
trial and error, but I feel like that might hurt.
I don't. With levers, is gonna be like the same thing as.
Augie, why don't you and Masaru go into the first room? And the one that's number 1 and pull the lever. If anything happens in there, I believe you guys would be able to take care of it on your own.
Which one's number 1?
Yuri's just kind of waving down the hall.
I'm actually gonna say one moment. I have an idea. I'd like to go to one of the doors that has the of the rooms that has the lever in it and look at the hinges. Are there any
Okay.
screws?
Which room are you going into?
I'll go to this one. The door is already knocked down.
Okay.
Greetings, Doctor.
Greetings. I'm gonna go to the next one if it's I'm gonna go to one that looks like its door isn't knocked down. Are there any?
Oh yeah,
This one.
the other 3 rooms, their doors are still intact.
I would like to look to see if there's any screws in the doors.
There are
In the hinges.
of the door.
Yes.
The door or the lever?
On the door. Yes.
Yes, there are screws in the hinges of the doors.
If we remove the doors, then they can't slam shut and lock us inside.
Is true.
Yes. Good plan.
Perhaps you should see if
Scratch
there's
your,
even any machinations that cause it to do that.
Well, it could literally be a glyph of warding that summons a mage hand to shut the door and lock it. I mean, there's many ways to hide it. Are there any mechanics that look like it would do it, though?
Give me another investigation.
Scratch.
Oh boy, I'm going to guidance on this as well.
Okay.
Come on, Lachlan. What?
Keep burning those spell slots. I love it.
Yeah, these aren't spell slots. Guidance is a cantrip.
Even better.
10.
There doesn't appear to be anything magical or mechanical that would slam the door shut, as far as you can tell.
Look, I'm not terribly good with traps, but I can't see anything that would cause this. I'm still worried there.
Yeah, I mean, I trust you.
And Scratch will pull out his multi-tool.
And, form of screwdriver.
And I'll just go to the doors and start taking them off the hinges.
You should ask for a ratchet and screwdriver, Mr. Scratch. That's gonna really fuck up your wrist.
Form of
Scratch, roll a Constitution save.
Form of
ratcheting screwdriver. Form of power drill.
It doesn't.
I
even
never
need to
should
be
have
a
given
power
him those
drill. There are
schematics.
mechanical drills.
You don't get a power drill, but I will give you a mechanical screwdriver.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I'll go through and work on taking the hinges off of each door.
Okay.
And probably have to have Augie lift me up to reach the higher hinges.
Yeah.
Also, it's going to
Yes.
investigate the scratches.
Okay.
There's
Yeah,
only
he's
one of
good.
me.
He's going to ignore that.
There's so many scratches in this area. No, there's not.
There's only
There can only ever be one.
one scratch to rule them all.
Oh, that's terrifying.
It could happen.
Hellstrom, the scratches so what are you looking for with the scratches?
Seeing if they might signify anything, because sometimes people like to put scratches on the wall to denote stuff.
From what you can tell, these scratches don't give any kind of particular message. Some look like weapon scratches, some look like claw scratches, but it doesn't appear that there's any kind of code in anything.
Well, we are just going to have to guess the password then.
Yeah, methinks that we're not going to get out of this without solving it.
I assume it's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, I mean, are we just overthinking this? I've heard of many dungeoneers who just take mazes from taverns that are given to kids and put them in because they know that the average adventurer can't solve it.
Do you really think I would go to the first Google page results of puzzles for babies? Really?
Yes.
Second.
If it was... Well, Augie,
Man.
if this was only 3 levers, I would have guessed 2, 3, 1, because 23 is number 1, apparently.
Oh, well.
You fox folk are really strange.
That wouldn't have crossed my mind, but I trust you and
Do we-
your intelligence.
Don't. This is entirely a guess. Do we
My
want to
whole
go with the captain's suggestion of just go in order?
we should just go in order.
All right.
I
Wait,
still,
I agree.
What door?
Let's try that.
Wait. What door did Zephyr go through first?
The middle.
Maybe that's the first one.
That's the locked
The
one.
middle is the one we're trying to unlock.
Well, I think that if he's in there, that's kind of some significance.
No, I think it's just him being an ass.
I think
He
that's
gave
the
us dumb
destination.
hints last time. What makes you think this isn't a hint?
Well, I mean, Salt, knock on the door.
Salt turns around and knocks on the door, and you hear a banging sound.
Salt, open the door.
The door opens.
Are you serious? Well, it didn't work the first time. How was I supposed to know it worked the second time? Don't look at me.
Yep.
Augie, good suggestion.
We're all dumb.
Good job, Augie.
Sometime you gotta listen to the simple folk, all right?
You're a very, very valuable member of this team, Augie.
You're welcome.
You help us for when we overthink things.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
Seeing another
Trust
door
me, it
straight
is.
ahead. I mean, Salt will go knock on the
But that
door.
does beg the question. That does beg the question, my friends, my comrades. What do the levers do?
I'm going to investigate this room, see if there's anything in significance about it.
Well, first, Salt knocks on the door. Everybody roll perception.
Can I use guidance?
I don't notice a damn.
What's the casting time for guidance?
Casting time for guidance, I believe, is 6 seconds. And Brucius has
You can use
advantage
guidance
on this.
for anything all the time. It is a cantrip.
Yeah.
It is wholly underused, I think, in many campaigns.
Agreed.
Agreed.
I'm just gonna. Guidance. Casting time is 1 action, which is actually less.
Duration,
than 6
1
seconds.
minute.
Concentration for 1 minute.
Okay. So everybody that has Lachlan, go ahead and give yourself your guidance if you're going to use it.
Yes. 1 minute. Oh, this is so much easier when I have a keyboard to use. There we go. It is a 10 instead of a 9.
Okay. Let's see.
You have not been rolling well for your investigation and perception this session.
Nope. No, I have not.
So Yurei, Scratch, and Hellstrom are the only ones who hear more skittering sounds behind the door.
I hear it again. Believe me or not,
Would you
but
like me
those
to
are kobolds.
just blast a hole right through the wall?
I mean, you do something like that, it could cause a cave-in.
Also, I'm pretty sure that it might, knowing Cypher's eccentricism, he might have something against, quote, cheating.
Possibly.
Salt tries to open the door.
The door is locked.
Did the levers open this door?
No one pulled the lever yet.
Yurei, you were investigating in
Yes,
this room.
I have not rolled my investigation yet.
Correct. Roll your investigation.
I'm going to offer guidance to Yurei.
I don't think I need it.
She definitely does not need it.
Take it, make it a 30, make it a 31.
It's not gonna give him the answer. So, Yurei, you find a plaque next to the door, which has a series of 4 numbers on it.
I take it that it's written in Undercommon.
What languages do you know?
Common, Draconic, Elven, Imperial Common, Show, Orcish, Sylvan, Gnomish, Undercommon, Thief.
Well, fine, just show off then.
Yeah, rude.
Yes, it is written in Undercommon.
What's it say? What's the numbers?
The numerical code is 2431. But you notice at the bottom there's something else that seems to have been scratched out.
Could I try to?
Do you point this out?
Yes. I want to see. I want to try to see if I can make up or try to see what is scratched out. Maybe I can recover it.
Okay.
What check do I need to make for that?
Perhaps we can use mending.
Are you trying to decipher it? Are you trying to
I think
repair it? What are you trying to do? Because this, whatever this was, this has apparently been obliterated.
there's some writing underneath the code. Do any of you know how to mend?
No.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I think this whole year. Ah. Well, amigos.
Captain, do you know?
You go ahead. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll save my energy.
Astrum will cast mending. Takes a few minutes. Takes a minute.
You
Okay.
mend too much, you'll mend the scratches out of it.
Yep, he's gonna kind of concentrate on mending it so not to undo. Basically to undo the damage of whatever was there.
Okay. So as you repair this, the words come together in ancient Undercommon.
Yurei will read it.
Does Yurei know ancient Undercommon or does he know modern Undercommon?
He only knows modern Undercommon. Wait. Rain, you can read any language.
Yes, I can.
I am unfamiliar with ancient Undercommon. Do you mind helping translate?
I still cannot see where your character token is.
Am I on the wrong layer?
Shouldn't be.
No, he's just so good at being a rogue that he's hiding unintentionally.
Am I the only one that can't see it?
I think I think I've got them.
A
I'll
bush
fix it.
has manifested itself in Cypher's castle. And he has just disappeared into it.
No, there's just an inconspicuous box.
Yes.
With an exclamation mark on it.
No place to hide-io.
I would like to read aloud whatever writing he uncovered.
Okay. So you read aloud, "Beware the darkest shadows, lest they come for you. Beware the order in which the levers were pulled, and trust not what you read with your own eyes."
Where the darkest shadows. And
Okay, and the original number, was it told to us or is it inscribed on the wall?
It's inscribed on the plaque, 2431.
Okay, and is it engraved or embossed in any way?
Yeah, it's engraved onto.
I would like to feel the writing.
Okay.
Is there a discrepancy?
There is. since you're going with tactile with this. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
I would like to. I was about to say I'd like to do the help action, but no need.
Yes, so you are able to tell that it seems like two of the numbers have they don't fit quite with the rest of the writing. It's very slight, but it almost feels as if something on these has been changed or altered in some way.
Perhaps it needs to be. It perhaps has to do with shadows. It says fear the darkest night, the darkest shadows. So perhaps we need to bathe it in light at the correct angle.
Alstrom shines a flashlight.
Halstrom casts flashbang.
No,
Not again.
he casts light, but it's in the form of one of his as like a headlamp.
I was concerned that you were casting flashlight and this entire thing was going to blow up because you just hit it with a laser.
Nah.
That's why I'm making sure. Okay, so do you hit it square on? Do you hit it at an angle? What do you do?
We're gonna
Above,
hit it at an angle
below.
so it creates a shadow.
Okay.
I would say we should put the light source against the wall and then rotate it around to see if the shadows change.
Ah, just like my favorite Fox game.
I don't know what that means.
Are you feeling okay, Magos?
That's right, they have not been invented in this realm. A great sadness.
Oh, poor house.
I can check your wiring for you.
I wouldn't let him.
I like to
You know,
play Tetris in
you-
my downtime. Anyways, we're gonna the shadows.
You guys are gonna rotate your shadows.
Yes.
You performing an aileron roll?
No.
Game theory reference? Nice.
Yes.
Starbucks is dead.
So as you rotate the shadows, it takes a little bit, but you are able to rotate them, and you notice that the numbers that the shadows show do in fact change.
What?
And instead of showing it 2, 3, or 2, 4, 3, 1, they show 4, 2, 1, 3.
Let us go with that water then.
4, 2, 1, 3. I'll take 4.
Perhaps you would like backup in case. Nah, I think
Brutus has
something
my
would
back.
happen if we did the wrong water. I will go to number 3.
Maybe we should have someone in the hallway, like, you know,
I'll stay here and keep
direct-
an eye on it.
thing.
Dink, dink,
Alright, well, I'll take
dink, dink.
room number 2, I guess.
So
I will
it's
go
4,
to
2,
number
1, 3.
4. Yes.
I'm at 4.
Shall we start with number 4?
Oh.
Well, let's make sure we've got everybody set.
Lachlan set at 4. Brutus set darting.
Okay.
How
Door
strong with
on floor with screws removed.
Okay.
Augie, you want to count them off?
Huh?
Count them off.
3, 2, 1, go.
No. 4, 2, 1, 3.
4, 2, 1, 3.
I'm going to boom times louder than my normal loudest voice and say, 4 down.
So, as you pull the lever, Lachlan, you all hear a thunk and a whir and silence.
All right, I'll hit the second one.
3.
All right. Second lever is pulled, and you hear another thunk and a whir, and then silence.
Yurei will pull his lever.
2,
1.
1, go.
Pull the lever, thunk, whir, silence.
And finally,
Scratch covers his head.
Halstrom pulls his.
Thunk, whir, and then shunk.
Okay, what? We all alive? No one dead?
Did anything else
Still quite loud. I'm okay.
I live.
The door's open.
Guys, something's wrong. We seem to be doing these more easily than usual and with less bickering.
And that means that something is wrong?
Well, it's not normal.
I think it is. It should be normal when a group works together.
I think it's called evolution.
Salt
It
opens
is
the
called
door and
camaraderie.
steps just
What
What are you
inside.
talking about? Evolution doesn't exist. We were all created in the image of the gods.
So, Salt, upon opening this door, you see a creature.
Good thing you can't
That-
talk.
A creature in the middle of the floor, apparently worshipping at a statue, and it has not noticed you, but you can hear it chanting in a strange language.
Anybody recognize the language?
Scratch.
Draconic.
It is ancient Draconic.
Well, fuck.
Can we get any kind of semblance from left?
Anyone got any understanding? I can help out if needed.
A
I only
poor
know the modern
translation
languages.
of, if we speak Draconic, can we catch a word here or there?
Yes. Who all speaks
I'm-
Draconic?
Yurei does.
Scratch
Um,
does. Plus, I have the
Halston does not.
knowledge. I also have the knowledge from that draconic spell book that I got in the place where I met Calceron.
Yes.
I'm going to tap my chest and say, "Pan, grant me your understanding."
Isn't this the one that we decided like cycles through like your an EMF or you're like the spirit box that cycles through the different radio frequencies?
I can understand everything, but because I can understand everything, I cycle through the languages that I know when I'm trying to communicate with others.
That's right. So yes, those who speak Draconic, even bits of Draconic, you'd hear the chanting. I'm not doing the kobold voice. I'm sorry.
Aww.
I'm not as good as it as you are. But you hear this kobold chanting to the great dark one who will bring his holy fire upon this world once the sacrifice, the golden sacrifice has been completed. And you hear, and as it's worshiping into the statue, it is praising the great creator for bringing all the wonderful sacrifices into the realm and bring forth the holy warrior to fight and defeat those who would dare question his great shadowed might.
Somebody want to pretend to be the great warrior?
Well, this sounds like a kobold, so the gracious kobold is right here.
I'm a great brain, not a great warrior.
I was about to say, that was really nice, but Mr. Scratch is not a warrior.
I said the greatest, not the best warrior. Anyway, good warriors come in many shapes and sizes. We could send through Brutus.
I don't understand a goddamn thing it said.
Do you know Sylvan?
Me? No.
Yeah, you didn't understand.
I don't even understand Sylvan.
You don't know, Sylvan.
I go, I'm doing it again, aren't I? And I'm speaking in Elvish now. But perhaps, I concentrate very hard, and I'm gonna make a wisdom check to see if I can do this. And
Yeah,
I
you're
speak
fine.
very deliberately in common. You guys can understand me?
Yeah, we were just waiting for you to stop talking gibberish.
Well, I understood the Elvish.
How
Okay.
quietly are you
Yeah,
guys talking?
me too.
Quite quietly.
Quite
We would be talking, and I have a guide for this that is Wizards of the Coast approved for what the ranges for understanding are when talking at different volumes, if you would like it, Molly.
Are you whispering or not whispering?
We're whispering.
That's all I need to know.
Trying to be quiet is 2d6 times 5 feet.
I just need to know if you're whispering.
Hey, does anyone
Okay.
have any of that bacon left?
Mr.
Brutus
Scratch, I
says,
told you you would have a snack before we left.
I think I have some of the bacon left.
Good, thank you. But Augie, as much as
He
I want a
flips
snack,
up his saddlebag.
what do you think he wants?
The champion.
Watch this. If I get bacon from Brutus, I'm going to...
Brutus will flip up his saddlebag and let you look inside.
Finding bacon, I'm going to put it in Salt's hand, because Salt looks like a big metal dragon born.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to send Salt forward while I put on my cloak, turn invisible, and walk behind him.
Okay.
As Scratch is walking past me, I would cast guidance on him.
Okay.
You get a guidance. You get a guidance. Everybody gets a guidance.
Good plan.
Okay.
And
okay.
speaking in very simple draconic, Scratch will say,
Ah, young follower, I bring you sustenance. Or food. I bring you food.
The kobold whips its head around, and Scratch, you notice that this kobold looks different than any other kobold you've really seen before. Its eyes are different. They're a deep, dark purple all the way through, and there's little wisps of shadows kind of coming off their cloak and everything that they're wearing. as it whips around to you, and it's all of its scales are dark black. And it whips around and looks at Sultan. Okay, so apparently I'm being demanded to do the voice, or there will be riots in the chat, so. Oh, Master, have you brought the sacrifice?
Yes. Yes, I have.
Oh. And it skitters over, and you see it's kind of bowing and scraping at Salt's feet, and yes, you came in the form that we did not expect. Great warrior, the master has sent you to us.
Yes. Yes, he has. He says hi, by the way.
The master, he greets me. Oh, I am not worthy of the master's greatness. Oh, I am but a lowly servant. I am not worthy.
Tell me.
And he offers the bacon. Salt does.
In what form were you expecting the sacrifice?
He kind of looks at the bacon and kind of looks at you and, well, gold and riches, of course, master, of course. Oh, great warrior, this is what the master has commanded us bring, and when the correct amount is brought, the master will appear to us and will come from the great world, and will break out of master's prison, and master will once again come to the surface.
I'm waiting to see what's being done. Oh, godly glow. Okay. Scratch just kind of, Scratch is invisible, so nobody can see him, but he kind of looks back at where the party is, just like, uh-oh.
I feel like we should send out Mini Cypher.
And where are we to place the golden offering?
Oh, great warrior. The master has commanded us to find the 8 rounds of power. Once we have collected them all and put them in the big thingy, then the door will unlock and master will be freed. And we will provide splendor and great many jewels to master.
To master.
Master!
And how many have you and yours found so far?
And you see counting on its claws. Oh, we have yet to be successful, great warrior. We are failures of kobolds and then failures of servants to the mighty dragon. But we have scouts sending out now, and we know there is one nearby, and there is another deeper into the caverns. But we have yet to find a way to cross the chasm. You could help us, great warrior. You can help us find the great glowing orbs.
Yes.
Lachlan looks over at Rain when he hears great glowing orbs.
Go, tell the others of my arrival. Bring what you have prepared.
Of course, great warrior. And you see it scampers off into the darkness and then disappears into the shadows.
Scratch will uninvisible himself. Turn around to the others.
Peep their head in and say, when they come back, you should ask them to confirm their master's true name.
Okay.
So we know who the fuck we're dealing with.
That's not a bad idea. That's not a normal kobold, by the way.
Oh, I thought you were the outlier.
I thought we had a really nice moment back in Zeph.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my God. In case they didn't hear it, I relay what. Well, they couldn't have heard it because we were talking in Draconic. So I relay the conversation to them in detail.
Very good.
So we have to rid this place of kobolds and whatever the fuck they worship.
Yeah, something tells me we should not give them the orbs.
No.
Oh no!
But we should take the ones that they have. Wait, they said they're unsuccessful, so they don't have any.
Yeah, I was hoping they would just bring. But they might have gold.
Well, yeah, we'll
Zypher seems to really like doors. And puzzles.
I
so
mean,
are you gonna be in there when he comes back, or are we waiting around? How's that?
I don't know how long it's gonna
Do
take.
we want to do up Salt with some magical updos to make him more intimidating?
I mean, he's already glowing. He has his own little glow of the magical parts plus the light spell that you casted, which actually probably left since you used other concentration spells since then.
Yeah, it would have dissipated when I used guidance.
Is light concentration?
Light isn't concentration.
Oh,
light
light
is
isn't
just
concentration.
until you cast it again.
Okay.
It lasts for an hour, so it would still be going.
Okay. So yeah, he's glowing brightly.
Very good.
What else? What else should we ask though? Like, I mean, I've not really spoken to fanatical kobolds before.
Lachlan's going to cast minor illusion and create a draconic mask over his face. You could say that you have brought other followers of their savior with you, so that we don't have to hide and our discovery wouldn't cause problems.
That's
First,
right.
because if you're gonna dress as a cultist, they're very strict with color and shape and all that stuff. So if you have a mask of like a green dragon and they worship a bronze dragon, it's all over.
Well, I didn't see much, but the kobold wasn't he black?
He was black and shadowy. Yes.
So maybe a shadow dragon?
I have 2 sets of intact black cultist robes
Of course
What
you do.
size?
from
That would work.
they were humanoid size because they were back from way when we first met cultists and I melted some of them.
Hmm.
It's been that long
Good
ago.
times.
It's been a minute.
It's been a while, but I've
I
been
don't
carrying
think
them.
it's
It's
gonna
a
fit over
wonderful
my
pastime.
armor.
I can hold 3 illusions.
Sky self.
Well,
I have a
yes,
bunch of paint.
Unfortunately, I don't.
Huh?
I could paint you black.
I don't need paint if I can disguise myself.
Why don't we just stay there where his servants?
Well,
Yeah,
Scratch.
still
To
might raise
To
eyebrows.
avoid
if,
the potential awkwardness of painting skin tones.
Would be fur, but
Myself to make myself look like a really imposing dragon, half dragon, like at my height, and kind of have like wisps of shadow coming off my form. And I'll tuck my pendant of Pelor under my armor, my chest plate.
And I will set the 2 sets of cloaks out before going invisible again because I have no idea when this kobold's going to come back.
I'm gonna pass one of the cloaks to Rain, and then I'm going to tap my brown cloak, and it's gonna go a shadowy black color.
I don't need one.
You don't?
I do not.
Okay. I throw one over Brutus and say, just stay low, buddy.
You're really short cultist.
I'm gonna use disguise self to make myself look like a smaller, less ornate version of the statue.
Very good, very good.
Okay.
Like made of stone, and then I'm gonna stand against the wall.
Oh.
Okay.
Just kind of in this little corner. Let's see if they notice.
Spot the difference in these 2 pictures.
Right?
With one cloak remaining, I will actually flip it over myself, and as I realize that my illusion fades a little too quickly.
And then
Okay.
I guess we're waiting.
Scratch his
Well,
thumbs quietly.
What are we gonna do with Yurei and Halstrom?
Stick him to the ceiling.
Whatever it is. Come on, boys. You're
I can just
intelligent.
hide corner to corner.
I mean, yeah, Yurei could hide in a bright room with windows all around.
Yurei's not the one I'm worried about. Halstrom, what you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Nothing. He refuses to dress himself as a heretic.
Okay.
And this is where it all goes wrong.
Halstrom, blend in. That's an order.
Why do we not just
Perhaps
simply
he would look like
eliminate
a,
worshippers of the darkness?
Well, we
I-
don't know who they worship yet.
It's just a mission, Halstrom. We're not trying to convert you.
I'll give you something special.
It's not a corpse. Don't get excited.
1, what sort of thing? And 2, ew.
I have samples of lycanthrope blood.
Why?
Why not?
Fair?
Do I look like a biologist to you?
I have a
Kind of.
I have oh, we don't want to tell him that I have that.
You could just hang back.
I was serious about the ceiling thing. I fully believe that Halstrom could just scuttle up the wall and hang there.
I have not augmented my legs yet. That is the next plan, though.
It's
But
just,
we're in a dilapidated ruin. There's no like crevices you could wedge some of your parts into.
We could always have you as the sacrifice.
they want gold, not him. Just hang back in the other room, I guess, and stay out of sight. Try not to glow or make any loud banging noises.
Understood. If things go wrong, take the mini dune crawler with you.
Okay. Alright.
So yeah, I guess we just wait for the kobold to come back at this point.
All right.
Hide's gonna just blend in with the shadows.
Give me that sneaky, sneaky.
Make sure I have the right character selected.
Yeah, you blend in just fine.
Even on a low roll.
Even in the low roll. So, it's a little while before the kobold comes back. It's probably a couple hours.
Short
And
rest.
All right, I just keep refreshing my disguised self.
Yeah.
okay. And you hear the skittering of many claws as a group of kobolds comes over to you guys, eagerly led by the first one. They come up the hall, and you hear it. They're all chattering in ancient Draconic. And Scratch, you hear them talking about how it's the great warrior the master has promised us. It is the great warrior come to aid us in our searches.
Hey, everybody be cool.
Be cool, yo. And the first one comes up, leading the other three, who look a little more skeptical. And this one comes up, and he gets in front of Salt and is bowing and scraping and...
Oh, great warrior, we have returned. I have brought my brothers to you, so you may grant us your wisdom. We have not found any of the orbs of power, but we have brought you sacrifices of great treasures.
And it dumps out in front of you some coins, there's books that are dropped. There are a couple of what appear to be old like silverware and utensils.
Okay. Yes. Bow and cry out the Creator's name in praise for this day.
And so the first one drops to his knees, and the other three kind of look a little suspicious. But he cries out,
Praise to Lord Vermithrax! Praise be his name!
and then you see the other three are kind of... This one comes over, and he starts bowing, and he starts singing the praises of Lord Vermithrax. The others slowly start to come over, and they slowly are all three bowing and worshipping at Salt's feet.
Can I make a religion check?
Absolutely. What are you checking for?
If I recognize the name Vermithrax?
Very good. You have heard the name before, but you've never heard it in relation to any kind of religion or cult. As far as you were aware, Vermithrax was a red dragon that had disappeared many years ago, but it was also kind of used as a story to tell children. If you don't behave, Vermithrax will come for you kind of stuff, but that's really all you know.
Before I go in the room, do you relay that to us?
No, I'm playing statue.
Oh, do it. Any of us know who Vermithrax is?
You guys can make history checks.
I'll just do it.
Scratch, you don't know the name. Lachlan, you've heard the same thing, and kind of the same thing as Rain. You've heard that, Vermithrax is an evil red dragon, usually known for abducting children in the night kind of thing.
Little ones, these ones behind me are converts to Vermithrax's ways. They will aid us in our search.
Before I expose myself, in the shadows, I make myself look more like half red dragon, but like super intimidating.
Very good.
You want a deception check for that?
And then I walk out into the light.
How good's your costume?
Not how good is Mr. Scratch's light.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I was asking if Molly
Yeah,
wanted me to roll.
Yeah, you want to give me a deception for that?
I'm actually good. No. Wait.
Flash of genius.
14.
Okay.
And my
two of
guidance.
them- And you got a guidance?
It was a D4, right? Yep.
Yep.
15.
So one of them believes you immediately. Another one is kind of skeptical, but you're really convincing, and it kind of takes you a second to find your footing in your grand speech. And then the last two really aren't persuaded until the door opens. And I need everybody to give me an initiative order.
Yep.
Can I attack one as an ambush?
No.
Who died?
Because Augie, as you enter the room in your half red dragon regalia, the kobolds start screaming about liars and traitors and mischief makers, for Lord Vermithrax had forsaken the Scourge of Red many, many, many centuries ago.
Damn it. Didn't roll high enough.
You guys didn't hear me, did you?
Mm-mm.
Ah, that's fine. Gee, I love it when my internet drops out. It's great.
A lot of 16.16.
Yeah?
What the hell?
A lot of 16s.
I
But
don't know about
before
you guys.
I look over at I look over at the others and say our cover's blown, right? And but before combat starts, I want to fill the room with the sound of pan flutes,
Don't think you
like
got- it's your
bouncing. I know. It doesn't do anything.
Well, y'all are in combat.
turn. Cool.
As soon as I hear the pan flutes, though, I'm gonna shout out, "Leave one of them alive!"
Very good, very good.
Cool.
Just to be
Let's
safe.
see. In that case, and 25. We're gonna. That's the wrong character, but it's the right move.
So you're doing your flame vent on...
Yeah, from the prosthetic.
Okay,
I was using the fully charged.
okay. On which one?
It's a cone.
Okay. Do we have how big is the
It's
cone?
a 15-foot cone. Although
Okay.
if I'm here, I'll hit all of them and not hit. I'll hit three of them and not hit.
Okay, I know we've got a cone in here somewhere.
Spell effects. That's a 150-foot cone.
Definitely don't want that one. Ooh. Just a regular standard 15-foot cone. You're not doing a corner cone?
It's kind of at that angle, so it hits them and not hit Salt, because I don't want to do friendly fire.
Okay.
Salt can take it.
So we're gonna do one of these
Yeah. Why can't I move it?
because you don't have control of it.
Yeah, that.
Okay. Let's see. That's
They need
dex
two-
saves.
DC 18.
They all fail with four.
Cool. They take 15 fire damage and are flung back 10 feet.
Okay.
And with the force from that, it pushes me back that way.
All right. So we're gonna move the cone.
We don't need to move the cone.
I need to move the cone. You can.
Ah.
I have to do things as your DM. So they go back 10 feet.
Yeah.
Okay, that one goes there.
Rain can finally see Urai's character token.
Hooray.
Ugh.
It's moved. Let's see, that guy goes there. That guy gets banged up against the statue.
Do they take any damage for being knocked into the statue?
No, they don't take damage from the statue. Okay. So, with that, Yude, you actually kill all three of them.
Excellent.
Easy.
I saved one alive, like you asked.
Why are we even here? Why do you even need us in this party?
I can get you an arm like this.
It's gonna come at the cost of the other one, but I can do it. All right.
This thing has
I
limited
can get you the
uses.
arm, and it'll just cost a leg.
Mm.
So is that the end of your turn, Urai?
Yeah, that ends my turn.
Brutus is going to charge, and with the bite attack, I can knock prone if I hit. And I would like to do non-lethal damage.
Okay. Yes.
Done.
Yep. So that's a D12 saving throw knocked prone. It succeeds, but I'm still doing damage.
Ooh, it manages to stay standing.
And I get to do it again.
Yeah, it looks bad, but it's managing to stay standing.
It's still standing.
You do hit.
Another 12. Still doing non-lethal damage, and it's prone. I'm going to pin it and decide not to do damage. And I'm going to growl and say, "You'd better stay down."
The kobold is screaming, having watched one of your companions barbecue its friends, and is loudly screaming for the great warrior to help it, the great warrior to come to its aid.
And stay quiet. Do you mind if I do an intimidation on that, or is that an action?
Yeah, that would be an action, so. You can growl at it,
Okay.
but it's not going to count as an intimidation roll.
That is the end of Bruce's turn.
Scratch.
The kobold is prone.
Scratch
grapple.
will Scratch will take a breath.
Your friends faltered in their faith. They had to pay the price of non-believers.
Do I hear we are purging heretics now?
Oh god.
But great warrior, the mighty Vermithrax has forsaken the color of the wretched sun many years ago. You yourself have seen him. You know his scales glisten with the most glorious black sheen. How could you believe these liars, these traitors?
Just because one's scales are red does not mean that their soul is not black.
Augie coughs out a shadow.
Sorry, that was my lunch on the way over here.
I got sunburned, okay? The one time I was invited to the surface.
Okay, are you gonna try to persuade it that you're not bullshitting?
Yeah, why not? We'll try it again. Be better this time. Better. Wait, am I persuading or decepting?
You'd be decepting.
Decepting. Much better.
Ooh. So
Oh, that's close.
it's still skeptical, but it believes you that truly that this could in fact be the great Lord Vermithrax.
I will. Yeah, I'll cast enlarge on Salt.
Okay.
Just to add to the illusion.
Okay.
You should totally not perform a quote-unquote miracle and bring statue to life.
That's true. That's true.
The creature is kind of like whimpering and scraping at Salt's feet.
Great warrior, I beg you, do not kill me, do not kill me.
Are we still in combat?
No. I'll go ahead. I'll call us out of combat since that thing is incapacitated at the moment.
Scratch will kind of clear his throat.
Brutus, release him.
I will remove my mouth from around the kobold's throat.
And then I will have Salt point to the statue behind it. And
Has the great master given you a portion of his power, great warrior? Do you have the
Thank you,
ability to
baby.
create?
course. Statue, help our follower to his feet.
I'm going to prestidigitate a sound of grating stone, and then change my disguised self into the same form, but like not stone-like.
Use thaumaturgy to make the soft sounds of dragon wings.
Okay, okay.
And step forward.
Okay, okay. So the kobold is kind of it's still a little hesitant, but it's staring at you with reverence, and it's kind of looking over back to Augie like could this really be the great lord Vermithrax? And it's kind of he's questioning some life decisions at this point.
Huh?
And he just kind of very slowly gets up, kind of side-eyeing Brutus a little bit, and kind of walks very slowly over around not around Scratch. I mean, yes, also, but like around Salt to go stand in front of Augie, who is, I assume, still disguised self as Vermithrax. Uh-oh.
I don't think they were meant to actually be Vermithrax.
Yeah, just a red half dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so this kobold at this point is starting to think that maybe Augie is Lord Vermithrax, because he's never met the Vermithrax. You're the great warrior. So it's kind of like starts bowing and scraping in front of Augie.
And just, mighty lord, great warrior, the great warrior has brought you to us. Does the warrior speak for you?
And Augie just said they had to go.
I know, that's what I'm trying to give them an out, trying to give us an out for Augie to not have to talk.
I would
And
say
Augie's
that they
already
would
gone.
nod sagely.
Very good. Yes, so we'll say Augie nods, giving the great warrior permission to speak on their behalf.
How dare you address the Great One when you are not worthy?
I would create a boom of something similar to thunder.
Okay.
As if the god was displeased.
Very good. Very good. And so you start demanding Scratch. Why is it dared to speak to the Great One? And the kobold kind of shrinks back.
Forgive me, Lord. I do not know my place.
Yes, remember it well.
Yes, of course, great Lord Vermithrax.
I'm running out of ideas.
What great orders do you have for one such as I, Lord Vermithrax? How have you escaped your foul prison without the 8 power orbs?
I whisper to where I think Scratch is standing, and I say, perhaps our red friend here is simply a projection of Thermotrax's power, and we are here to assist with the unleashing of the rest of it.
Yes, that exactly. That one is but a shadow of Vermithrax's true power, seeping from within the walls of his terrible prison.
Of course, Lord, of course. That would explain why you still bear the foul color of the surface. Yes, of course, Lord Vermitrax. You have come. Your magic has grown so powerful. You have projected yourself to us. Lo, we be but but unworthy kobolds as we are. What wisdom do you give to us, Lord?
Sorry,
How-
technical difficulties
how
with the
may-
stream.
How may we free you from your prison? Guide us, Lord, for you who are a projection of all that is good and evil in this world.
God, I've forgotten what we're doing down here.
We're
Me
attempting to find
too.
the treasures of Zypher.
Yes.
Yeah, but
yes.
why?
To help us
I know where
defeat
I
the
want the treasure.
imposter.
Yes.
To help us defeat
Well, we're
the
here to clear out
imposter.
squatters
Too.
That one too.
and research.
And research.
Perhaps we should. Perhaps we should get a gathering of the followers of Thermotrax so that we may address them as they truly deserve. Was this only the greatest of your numbers, or are there many more scouting and looking for the orbs?
Is this you talking, Lachlan, or is this you giving stuff to Scratch to say?
I would state this. I would be like, small, scaly one. We wish to have a gathering so that we may honor Thermotrax properly. It is the way that Thermotrax gains more power, so that the projection here may gain more power.
Speak
Perhaps
not,
we could have-
foul human. You have not been granted permission from our lord. Our
Brutus is
lord-
going to snarl and take a step towards the kobold.
Foul-caned beast. The great warrior speaks for his lord Vermitrax. You have not been granted permissions.
Great lord, warrior, I speak for you, do I not?
Scratch kind of enjoying this.
Lachlan, extremely aware that he could crush this little thing with barely a thought from his mind.
You've offered good advice, but forget yourself. Little one,
Yes, lord.
take us to...
Going to the others is not a good idea.
Take us to where you keep your manuscripts. Papers, books, scrolls.
Oh, you wish for the knowledge of the false one who had claimed this lair. Yes, Lord, I shall lead you there. There are multiple places, my great warrior, two of which are locked now, but one we have uncovered. One we shall take you to, so you may gain the knowledge to truly conquer the surface as you so rightfully deserve.
Yes, you shall be rewarded.
Okay. I've got everybody seen. Okay. I forgot how complicated we made this map.
I have the entire... everything I can see is on a space the size of a phone. It's great. I love it.
Well, not not to like step on Okami's toes, but I mean, it could be a good place to stop for tonight if you wanted to.
I mean, that's what I'm thinking. I just want to get you guys down there because I think I accidentally forgot to connect everything.
Well, yeah, I mean,
everything.
I think we forgot to connect everything.
I put all the rooms and all their locations where they go.
That's not what I'm worried about.
We're lost Augie. We don't have Kyrius or Mineo. And Lachlan's on a tiny little itty bitty living space screen. So
Yeah, I think we'll go ahead. The kobold is going to lead you guys down into the library, or down into the second surface, the second level, and we will go ahead, and I think that's a good idea. We'll pick up next week and see what happens in the library.
wonderful. Well, with that said, I will say, yeah, check us out on the other social media. We'll be back next Saturday or next Sunday with Adventures Anonymous. We'll also be back next Saturday with another episode of Journeys in Dratori. And hopefully this week sometime we'll have some gameplay streaming. Don't know of what yet, but we'll see what happens. And I hope everyone has a good 4th of July if you're in the States. And if you're not in the States, enjoy the rest of your weekend. And remember, everyone.
Oh, yeah, that's a thing that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy Explosion Day.
And remember, everyone, there's 20 sides to every story. Roll for yours. Have a good night.